Cyril has come to French Guyana, South America.
That's a big fish.
He's heard that the waters of the Atlantic Ocean bordering the country hold a lot of fish.
Fish on!
And big fish. But Cyril has also come to the rugged terrain of the deep tropical forest of Guyana to land a truly special fish that looks like it's come from another planet, the aggressive giant traira.
Yes, fish! Woo! Woo!
With its bad temper, massive attacks, and nasty chompers capable of slicing through flesh like nothing else, this is not a fish to mess with.
Oh my God! It's brutal, man! Brutal!
Once, there was a boy who loved to fish. Now he's all grown up, but nothing has changed. Meet Cyril Chauquet, the fishing adventurer. Passionate fisherman on a mission to catch fish around the world. Whether it's spinning, on the fly, or trolling, he'll go anywhere to find the big ones. It's all about the thrill of the chase and the love of fishing. So grab your rod and reel and hit the water with the fishing adventurer.
.30 in the morning, really hot and humid already. We'll see what saltwater fishing is all about in Guyana, French Guyana.
French Guyana is located on the northeastern part of the South American continent, between Suriname to the west and Brazil to the south and east. Cyril's invited to fish with a group of locals who fish a spot they call the drop-off. There's Frederick, the main fisherman aboard, Frederick number 2, the mate, Pascal, the captain, and Julian, a fish biologist with a mission today. There's no time to lose. The drop-off and the reef where they want to fish is 25 miles from shore. Anchored on the reef, they usually catch all kinds of fish at this spot, but today Pascal and his friends intend to catch a goliath grouper so that the fish can be scientifically studied, so to better understand it and protect it from overfishing in the future.
We're going to the drop-off. They have this spot where they're saying it's a big drop-off and there's some big fish that hang out there.
But to catch big fish, they'll need some bait.
Oui, monsieur.
Kingfish. Oh, kingfish. Nice. Bring it here, man. King mackerel.
Oh, groupers, big groupers.
Nice bait, but Cyril likes his lures.
All right, now I'm gonna go try to catch myself a nice big king mackerel or Spanish mackerel on the back of the boat. Casting this lure, full of ball bearings in it, pretty flashy, metal leader, because these things, they have razor sharp teeth. Oh, whoa, that's big. Woo! Woo! Fish on! I think it's a king mackerel. Here it is. That's a king mackerel. Good sized fish. Woo! Woo! Oh, he's not ready yet. Still pretty green. Oh! On a light rod, this is really, really cool. Whoa, yes! Woo! Woo! A nice king mackerel on a lure right behind the boat. That is cool. Check out the teeth on this thing. Razor blades, built to kill. All right, let's release this guy.
Thanks to Cyril, at least this king mackerel won't end up as cut bait.
All right. Oh. Yes.
Nice fish.
About 20 minutes after Cyril has released his fish, Fred is on. And it looks like he's onto a big fish. Time for Cyril to put a fighting belt on Fred.
Alright. We're gonna move the coolers from one side to the other because he's moving with the fish from one side of the boat to the other. Good job, man.
I have friends.
Fred might be a small guy, but he's bringing in a massive fish.
Man, that's a nice fish.
It's the Goliath grouper they needed to catch so that Julian can analyze it.
That's a nice Goliath. I don't think they'll reach that guy though.
Zappa! Zappa! Zappa!
There are still a lot of Goliath groupers in French Guyana, but their population has been shrinking due to the excellent quality of its flesh. Cyril would have liked to see this fish released, but Julian, the biologist, needs this fish so that he and his team can further study this species in an effort to better understand it so that they can protect it in the future. A fish is sacrificed for the sake of saving the species. And now it's Cyril's turn. He's on another big fish.
Fish on! That's a good fish. Yeah. I can feel the head shakes. He's doing too, huh?
As usual, Cyril doesn't wear a fighting belt.
Man, my lower part is gonna hurt tonight, that's for sure. Here it is. All right, leader in.
Yes. Nice fish. Woo! That's a big fish.
That's a Cubera. Big Cubera from French Guyana.
Man, these guys know what they're doing. You know your hold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it breathe a little bit.
Oh. Woo! Nice. Yes, merci les gars.
Bravo monsieur.
Beau poisson.
Super.
Nice fight.
The next day, Cyril's back on the road. He's headed deep into the tropical forest on a mission to catch a giant traira, an aggressive freshwater predator fish found in and around the Amazon basin in South America. He's going with Thia and Francis, two locals who love their giant traira fishing. They have a camp upstream the Sinamary River, but it's quite a ways by boat.
Here we are, looking for the giant traira. I'm really looking forward to catching some of those. They have nasty teeth, really kind of ugly looking fish. It looks like it's from another planet. Well, this is it. I think we're getting there. That's our hotel there. 4-star hotel.
As long as there's a roof and fish around, who cares about comfort?
Nice.
Stick around. Cyril's right in the middle of giant traira waters.
This is like stalking trout in a stream, except that's no trout. It's a giant traira.
Yes, yes. Woo, 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 woo. Oh yes! It's brutal, man. Brutal.
Cyril's in French Guyana, South America.
A nice king mackerel.
He started his trip with a very productive day of saltwater fishing with a group of locals.
That's a Cubera.
With the help of two passionate guides, Thia and Francis, Cyril's now going deep into the tropical forest chasing a giant traira, an aggressive and powerful fish. Francis drops Cyril off at a set of rapids where giant traira ambush prey in little pools that form behind the rocks.
Fishing with huge poppers, take the size of this lure. Huge hooks, treble hooks, metal leader. But it's at the same time, it's very precise fishing because you gotta aim right behind the rocks with this big fish are hanging out. We're just waiting for something to go by and smash it. That's pretty cool. Yep, fish on. Ah, missed it. Damn. I'm gonna switch lure because I only got one treble hook in the back. Now, 2 treble hooks.
Now that Cyril has 2 treble hooks on, the fish don't seem to be around. It's time to make a move.
This is like stalking trout in a stream, except that's no trout. It's a giant traira right there. Yes, fish! Woo! 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 Yes, here. Yes! Yes! Got one! Woo! Woo!
Cyril tries to stop the fish as it's going downriver.
We're going! Oh, God! Oh! Man! Ah!
And to top it all off, Cyril's lure went flying into a tree.
Man, that's pretty frustrating. I hooked it right over there, right by that tree. Went downstream here, came upstream here, stopped it there because it was going upstream, and then came down here, started shaking its head, and got off the hook. Man, that's frustrating. All right, let's go for another one.
Don't go away. Cyril has unfinished business with the giant traira.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Fish! Fish! Woo! Woo! Ah! He's still on!
Cyril's in French Guyana, South America. After a quick but very productive saltwater fishing session,
That's a Cubera.
Cyril headed deep into the tropical forest chasing giant traira with the help of 2 locals, Thia and Francis. He got into a very nice fight with a giant traira, but lost it as he was trying to stop it from running downstream.
Man! All right, let's go for another one. Beautiful.
It's the rainy season, and the water level keeps rising and getting murkier, making the fishing difficult. But Cyril doesn't give up the chase. He keeps casting and exploring every pool of the river.
There's another set of nice rapids down there. Hopefully that's where I'll catch a giant traira. Oh, yes! Fish! Fish! Woo! Woo! Oh my God! It's brutal, man! Brutal! Ah! He's still on!
The fish is still on, but it's stuck under a rock on the other side of the river.
Alright, I'm gonna go get this fish.
Cyril tries to cross the river to get the fish out of its hole. But the current is very strong and it knocks Cyril down, ripping his rod out of his hand. Cyril tries to find his rod by looking for the line. That line has to be somewhere around here in the current. Well, he found his rod, but the fish is gone. Back at the camp, a local concoction might make Cyril feel better about the fish he lost today. Francis shows Cyril this scary photo of a giant traira bite. Here in the Sinamary River, Cyril has encountered giant traira weighing roughly 14 pounds, but some weighing more than 20 pounds have been caught before. Contrary to its name, the giant traira doesn't grow huge, but it's a very powerful fighting fish. Francis tells Cyril that he was once fishing with his brother, and they hooked a very nice fish. While they were fighting it, a big giant traira came out of nowhere and took a whole chunk out of the fish. The fish floated up, dead. Enough to make one think twice about wading through these waters. It's with memories of today's massive giant traira attacks and impressive fights that Cyril hits the sack tonight.
Boy, that feels good.
Next, Cyril keeps chasing the giant traira, this time from a boat. Cyril's in French Guyana, South America, chasing the aggressive and feisty giant traira. He hooked some good fish and got to feel the power and stubbornness of these fish.
It's brutal, man!
But he hasn't landed one yet. This morning is his last chance to land a giant traira. Well, looks like it's full-on rainy season again.
Here we are, 6:30 in the morning. And it's starting already. It's crazy. Anyhow, what we're doing here is drifting downriver with the boat and casting poppers, surface poppers, covering as much shore as possible, hoping to catch a giant traira in the morning having breakfast. But I can tell you one thing, if those fish are as awake as I am this morning, we're not going to see a lot of fish. Most likely they'll miss the lure.
The rain finally stops, and after a few more casts with the popper, Cyril switches to a flashy spinnerbait.
The problem with the fishing right now is that the water level has risen so much that the fish are totally scattered all across the banks of the river and even within the forest, because the water is getting into the forest. And also, the water is getting really murky. It makes fishing really tough right now.
As a cloud of fog settles on the rainforest,
Fish! Oh, yes!
well, it looks like Cyril made the right move, switching to his spinnerbait.
Oh! Yes! That's what we're talking about. Giant traira. No giant, but it's pretty good to me. Pretty happy. Hey! Yes! Thia! Yes!
Check out the chompers on this dude.
This fish looks like it's from another planet. Time to let this guy go back where he comes from, under that log over there. All right, buddy. Yes.